Everybody, I'm Zeeshan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Job and Hub, and today we're going to be talking about the top skills for jobs in the future. This is very important for all kinds of job seekers because as time progresses, different functions of the business environment will change continuously. So this is actually more of a warning than anything, so that job seekers can catch on and actually understand the new trend of where things are going. Okay, so these insights are also not only based on actual data, based on articles from Harvard Business Review and multiple huge organizations which provide this kind of data, but also from my own insights as to what the actual industry is heading towards. So it's common sense that AI is becoming king. AI, not meaning Adobe Illustrator, okay? This is artificial intelligence. There's the eye right here, right? This symbolizes the eye. It watches everything. So as AI progresses, it's going to get more and more advanced. It's going to be able to do things that humans are doing right now, right? So what does AI serve to do? It serves to make processes more efficient by implementing complex variables which the mind actually performs, and creates a more efficient outcome which takes less time because there's stronger computational efficiency and power. So the main jobs that will actually decrease in terms of employment will be accounting, most of HR, the current roles by the way, actuarial science, and cashiers, right? This is a random one. There's many different more which can be changed by AI, but these are the ones that are actually starting right now. There's many different software that are simulating the entire accountant in a company. So you basically just tell the software that, okay, I spent on this, I spent on this, I spent on this, but it does all the accounting for you because there's a neutrality maintained in the balances of accounting. So that's done automatically. And which specific accounts are selected for debit and credit, that's all completely automated, right? There's many different personal assistants right now which can actually perform the accounting roles. A lot of huge CEOs, they live in a country and they have an offshore personal accountant, right, which is completely AI. Secretary, personal secretary, which does the accounting work, which does all the scheduling, everything. So most of HR, now as I'm saying this, don't take this in a morbid tone. This is actually a good thing, because what does this mean? It's going to be changing the skills, okay? Just because the employment will be going down for current skills doesn't mean that employment in this field will go down. The skills are just being redefined, okay? It's progressing, it's evolving. And amongst everything that's evolving, there's one common thing, which is efficiency is increasing, which means that people are going to need to start using the cloud more. The cloud meaning networks, IT proficiency. They're going to have to be able to communicate using software, okay? Using different data inputs. And once we do this, this is actually taking out a lot of HR's role, because what happens in terms of HR is that there's already these different algorithms which detect job seekers which are the most valid for a specific job post given by an employer. So if the employer states that they want this feature, there's these things called applicant tracking systems which sort, schedule, and profile the candidates based on the matching of the job post that the employer has posted. So this is just a very small thing. We're actually taking to the next level by allowing other departments to be integrated into the hiring process. At Job and Hub, our vision is to change the HR industry. We want to make a lot of monotonous tasks automated through the use of basic AI, okay, business intelligence, reading different texts, translating them, making it more efficient, making decisions for people. Okay, that's where we're heading towards. And in terms of HR, what we do with our skills tests is that we allow it to be a cruise control, auto control thing, right? Because what happens? An employer posts a job, okay? They want skills in a certain field, okay? Now there's 3,000 job seekers applying to that very one job post, okay? How do they differentiate their CVs from each other? They basically use skills-based tests, and also the job test that they have to do in order to apply, right? When they apply, each and every single person will be going through this job test that the employer has created to measure the skills, raw score, and also from a standardized point of view, measuring your score with other people of a similar norm group, of similar background, of similar age, of similar experience, okay, in terms of job. That makes it as accurate as possible in terms of ranking. Now what we do is we allow this ATS, applicant tracking system, to sort and filter through the job seekers that actually have more skills in a certain field. How does the computer understand the skills? Well, it's based on how much you get in the score for the job test, amongst a bunch of other variables, okay? There's many different variables that are calculated in order to determine the strength of a job seeker in relation to a job post, which will eventually go on to the final interview, right? We're trying to short circuit this process and allow the people who are most talented in a specific skill to reveal themselves, as opposed to the conventional norm, which is pre-selecting candidates based on their university bias or location bias. Many different biases currently exist within the HR department, which we're trying to get rid of using artificial intelligence, okay? So this is the future. Another field that could change is actuarial science. Okay, now actuarial science is basically statistics. This is a huge field, right? And a lot of people are going to become unemployed because a lot of this is actually becoming automated. But that's not a bad thing once again, because what does that imply? All the statisticians need to learn how to use the cloud. They need to use software. They need to be able to integrate real-life processes into the software so that the computational power is already high. They can literally create multiple models of potential situations and find out the viability of those in a business scenario. So that's the role of actuaries changing, right? Actuarial science is being implemented into the most common platform that we all use. Everybody has a smartphone nowadays, right? They're actually embedded with software. So the more time passes, the more expected you are to be proficient in the use of technology. Next, cashiers. Okay, cashiers, they're gonna go down because of Amazon Go. This is a very revolutionary breakthrough that Amazon did. They basically, it doesn't require any cashiers or cash registers. People walk in, they take a bag of chips, they walk out. All of the calculations are done through 3D sensors, okay? 3D sensors, they understand the cost of each and every item. So they have movement detectors, right? If you take a bag of chips, you put it back, the accounts are already settled again back to neutral. But the moment you take it and you walk through the door, the accounting of Amazon.com will show that, okay, we just sold an item, so that's that's an inflow of cash, and our asset is being decreased, or inventory, right? The inventory is decreasing, and we're getting revenue in exchange for that. So all of this is becoming automated, and it's reducing the number of people required. The main skills that will be required is obviously technology proficiency, okay? That's one of them. The other few, okay, and these are based on actual data, like I said, on articles that I read, that Job and Hub researched on. We're very serious about our content, so we try to provide as real-time content as possible. So, without any further ado, statistics. This is going to become extremely important in the next few years, or rather, as AI starts to develop, because the people creating the inputs behind those statistical calculations through the software, that will be where the skills come in. So you have to be very good at statistics. Say for example, there's an actuary, he's very good at statistics, but he doesn't know a thing about software. He's not going to be able to survive. But somebody who does know how to take those statistical concepts and apply it into a software, well, that is a very treasurable role, and it's going to become way more important in Bangladesh's scheme in the next few years, you'll see, because insurance companies are trying to become popular. There's a lot of banking and NPLs, right? The NPLs are rising, non-performing loans. All of these things can become mitigated and reduced through the year of statistics, right? The people who are more likely to default, you can plot this all down on regressional curves, okay? Multiple regression models. You can use all of these. Next skill, social and communication. not really a skill, but is basically a trait. People need to start communicating more effectively. Communication is going to be one of the top roles or skills that are required in job roles. And finally, relationships. Okay, this is very common in the financial sector. You'll see that the financial sector has merged with the IT sector, because now they don't just do financial calculations. They do the financial calculations, and it's similar to how statisticians will have to use software. They are using software now, the finance people, right? They become very advanced. They have up-to-date information, real time. That's how they do their calculations in the most advanced and efficient way. So what the finance industry does is they do all of this, plus they have to maintain relationships, because if they have a fund, say for example, they have to have such a good relationship with their client that the client is willing to give up a portion of their money to this investment as a part of a portfolio, right? They have to be fully bought into this concept. Thus, relationships, right? As we become more dependent on software, we're gonna have to go back to our roots as social beings and understand each other through social means, right? Through either interactions which are real life or through virtual interactions. But the customer service and relationships, this will increase tenfold also. And regarding this is to do with marketing. So that's a clue as to how you can shape out your skills in marketing, right? So social and communication, relationships, which is customer service, is also part of marketing, and statistics, pure numbers. Okay, so there you have it. These are the top skills for jobs in the future. I hope you liked the video, and please like, comment, and share. We're trying to get Job and Hub as big as possible. Okay, we're still a startup, and we're just trying to secure the funding for the first round, and we're really excited about it. We're trying to bring a bunch of new changes, and we're trying to revolutionize the HR industry. So please spread the word. Okay, we want to become popular, we want to get funded, and we want to be able to provide more content which is relevant for you guys, which is up to date and informative. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.